Welcome to our YouTube channel, iForbes Sports. Here are the latest NBA games results today, next game schedule, and the updated NBA team standings as of today, November 23rd, 2024.
In the first of 8 games played today, the Philadelphia 76ers took care of business at home, defeating the Brooklyn Nets with the final score of 113-98. Jared McCain led the Sixers in scoring with 30 points, followed by Tyrese Maxey, 26 points, while both Paul George and Joel Embiid did not play this game due to injuries. For Brooklyn, Cameron Johnson led the Nets in scoring with 37 points, followed by Cam Thomas, 18 points, and Nick Claxton, 12 points. In the second game, the Boston Celtics star struggled, but still gets an easy victory on the road against the worst team in the NBA. Today, the Washington Wizards with the final score of 108-96. Jaylen Brown led the team with 31 points along with 11 rebounds, followed by 16 points from both Jason Tatum and Drew Holiday. For Washington, Jordan Poole led the team with 23 points, followed by Kyle Kuzma 21 points and Malcolm Brogdon 18 points. In the third game, the West top seed Golden State Warriors added another victory for the team with a 112-108 win on the road versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Andrew Wiggins led the Warriors in scoring with 30 points, followed by Steph Curry 19 points, 7 rebounds and 7 assists, and Buddy Hield 12 points. For New Orleans, Trey Murphy led the Pelicans in scoring with 24 points, followed by Jeremiah Robinson Earl 19 points, and Brandon Ingram 18 points. For the fourth game, the Houston Rockets took care of business at home, with a 116-88 victory over the Portland Trailblazers. Dylan Brooks led the Rockets with 28 points, followed by Tari Eason 22 points and Jalen Green 17 points. For Portland, Shaedon Sharpe and Deni Avdija led the team in scoring with 13 points each, and Toumani Camara added 11 points. For the fifth game, the Chicago Bulls wins at home over the Atlanta Hawks, with the final score of 136-122. Zach LaVine led Chicago in scoring with 26 points, followed by 20 points from both Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu. For Atlanta, Jalen Johnson and Trae Young led the team with 25 points each, and Clint Capella 21 points. For the sixth game, the Milwaukee Bucks gets their 3 wins in a row after defeating the Indiana Pacers at home with a final score of 129-117. Giannis Antetokounmpo led the Bucks with a triple-double performance, finishing with 37 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists, followed by Damian Lillard 24 points along with 13 assists, and Gary Trent Jr. 18 points. For Indiana, Pascal Siakam led the team in scoring with 25 points, followed by Benedict Mathurin 20 points and Tyrese Halliburton 18 points. For the seventh game, the Dallas Mavericks gets their 3rd game winning streak after defeating the Denver Nuggets on the road with the final score of 123-120. Najee Marshall led the Mavericks in scoring with 26 points, followed by PJ Washington, 23 points, and Kyrie Irving, 19 points. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic did not play in this game due to injury. For Denver, Nikola Jokic returns to the lineup, leading the Nuggets with 33 points, 17 rebounds, and 10 assists, followed by 17 points from both Michael Porter Jr. and Christian Braun. In the 8th and final game played today, the Los Angeles Clippers keeps on winning as they get an easy victory at home over the Sacramento Kings with the final score of 104-88. James Harden led the team in scoring with 22 points along with 9 assists, followed by Derrick Jones Jr. 17 points and Kevin Porter Jr. 14 points. For the Sacramento Kings, De'Aaron Fox led the team with 29 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists, followed by Domantas Sabonis, 24 points, along with 15 rebounds, and DeMar DeRozan finished with 16 points.
Here is the updated NBA team standings as of today, November 23rd, 2024.
In the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers remains on top of the East standings with 16 wins and only one loss. At the second spot is the Boston Celtics with 13 wins and just 3 losses and have won 4 straight games. Still holding on to the third place is the New York Knicks with 9 wins and 6 losses and on a 4-game winning run. At fourth place is the Orlando Magic with 10 wins and 7 defeats. The Miami Heat climbed to number 5 with 6 victories and 7 losses. Climbing to the 6th spot is the Milwaukee Bucks with 7 wins and 9 losses and have now won 3 in a row. At number 7 to 9th places are the Chicago Bulls, Detroit Pistons, and the Atlanta Hawks, who are all tied up with 7 wins and 10 losses. The Charlotte Hornets completes the East top 10 with 6 wins and 9 defeats. The Indiana Pacers and the Brooklyn Nets share the 11th and 12th spots with an identical 6 wins and 10 loss record. At number 13 is the Toronto Raptors with 4 wins and 12 losses and have won 2 consecutive matches. At number 14 is the Philadelphia 76ers with 3 wins and 12 losses. And at number 15 and the very bottom of the Eastern Conference standings is the Washington Wizards with just 2 victories and already accumulated 12 losses and have lost league worst 10 straight matches. In the Western Conference, the Golden State Warriors is on top with 12 victories and just 3 losses and have won 2 consecutive games. At the second spot is the Oklahoma City Thunder with 12 wins and 4 defeats. Climbing to the third spot is the Houston Rockets with 12 victories and 5 defeats and on a 2-game winning streak. At number 4 is the Los Angeles Lakers with 10 wins and 5 losses. Completing the West top 5 is the Denver Nuggets with 8 wins against 6 losses. At number 6 is the surging Los Angeles Clippers with 10 wins and 7 losses and have won 4 straight games. At the 7th to 9th spots are the Phoenix Suns, Memphis Grizzlies, and the Dallas Mavericks, who are all tied up also with 9 wins and 7 defeats standing. Completing the West top 10 is the Minnesota Timberwolves with 8 wins and 7 losses. The San Antonio Spurs and the Sacramento Kings are tied at number 11 and 12 with 8 victories and 8 losses. The Portland Trailblazers is at the 13th spot with 6 wins and 10 defeats, losing their last 2 matches. The New Orleans Pelicans is at 14th place with 4 wins and 13 defeats and have lost 4 games in a row. And at the very last place in the Western Conference standings is the Utah Jazz with 3 wins and 12 defeats, losing their last 4 games.
Now let's take a quick and closer look at the 7 NBA games scheduled for tomorrow, November 24th, 2024.
For the first of 7 NBA games scheduled for tomorrow, the New York Knicks will be traveling on the road to face against the Utah Jazz at the Delta Center at an early 6 in the morning. For the second game, the Orlando Magic will be at home at the Kia Center as they battle versus the visiting Detroit Pistons at 8 in the morning. For the third game, the Memphis Grizzlies will be on the road to face the Chicago Bulls at the United Center at 9 in the morning. For the fourth game, the Milwaukee Bucks will be hosting the Charlotte Hornets at the Fiserv Forum Arena. Tip-off will be at 9 a.m. For the fifth game, the Houston Rockets and the Portland Trailblazers will go at it again, this time at the Toyota Center in Houston at 9 in the morning. For the sixth game, it will be a showdown between Victor Wembanyama of the San Antonio Spurs versus Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors at the AT&T Arena in San Antonio at 9:30 in the morning. And for the seventh and final game scheduled for tomorrow, LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers will be hosting Nikola Jokic and the rest of the Denver Nuggets at the Crypto.com Arena. Tip-off will be at 11:30 a.m.